Hello everyone. Good.
Hello.
Yes. How are you
Hello.
doing? How are you doing?
Yeah, good. We're fine.
Yeah, welcome to this today's session. As you know, the unit of competence is conduct material testing 2. So the topic we're going to talk about is types of material paving. So before I share my screen, I need you to define for me what is timber testing. Timber testing. What is timber testing? Yes. Anyone? Alfred, what is timber testing?
Timber
Timber
testing.
testing.
Yes, Faith, what is timber testing? James Awame, are you there? Okay, it seems you don't have a clue of that, but timber testing, it concerns is the determination of the strength of timber in its workability. So, as I told you today, we are going to the topic of today is to perform timber tests. And the end of this lesson, I expect you learners, you should be able to identify the performance test in timber. Okay. Then, if time allows us, we can name the timber test tools and equipment. But now I'm focusing on to identify the performance of test in timber. So as I begin performance in test in timber, the standard tests are generalized as follows. The standard tests are generalized as follows. One, we have to look for physical properties tests. These tests these tests measure the inherent characteristic of wood that affects its behavior in service. In physical property tests, we need to check the moisture content. We check the moisture content. In the purpose of checking the moisture content is to determine the amount of water in the wood, as significance affects the strength and dimensional stability. The method we are going to use is oven dry method, which this is as the sample is weighed, dried in an oven until weight stabilizes and weight again. The moisture meter, which is the instrument, we handheld electrical resistance meters are used for quick, non-destructive checks. Then we are going to check the density of we need to check the density, and the purpose of checking the density is the best single indicator of wood strength. The method we are going to use is to measure by determining the mass per unit volume at a specific moisture content. Then we are going to check the mechanical strength test. In under mechanical strength test, here testing machine, which is the UTM, these tests determine the wood's ability to withstand loads. They are typically performed on a universal. Then we have the static bending test. The purpose of static bending test is determine the modulus of rupture, the load bearing capacity, and the modulus of elasticity. The method you're going to use is a beam is supported at a two ends and loaded in a center point bending, or at 2 points until failure. Then another thing we are going to check is compression test. Under compression test, uh, before I can I will continue with the compression test. Briefly, somebody explain for me what he understand by compression test. Yes, what is compression test? Hope you are there. Yes, briefly, somebody explain for me what is comprehension test. Comprehension test. Yes, Alfred. Alfred, can you try that? Alfred, I can see you.
Hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
I think compression test is testing the strength of
Uh-huh.
even that it can hold
Okay.
when there is some faults.
Oh, that's good try. Then I've seen Kelvin raising the hand. Kelvin Kuyakanga, can you try again? What is compression test? The way you understand? Unmute yourself and say something. Yes, Kelvin. Yes, Faith.
Okay, madam, I'm trying.
Yes, go on.
Okay. Compression test
Yes.
is carried out to determine the ability of the wood
Mm-hmm.
to resist compressive force without failure.
That's good. That's good. Hands up for Faith. Okay, let me continue the compression test. Here, parallel to grain, that is the first thing we check. We measure the timber's ability to act as a column or post. This is where wood, which is becomes strong. Then we have to check the perpendicular to the grain, measure the resistance to the crushing. This one, at some point it weakens the wood, but it is one of the, we can test it even. Then we have the testile strength. And before I continue, then I have a shear test. The way you understand the meaning of shear. Shear, the purpose is to measure the ability of fibers to slide past one another. The method we are going to use is a load is applied to cause one part of the specimen to slip over the other along the grain. And I know you know the meaning of shear. It slides above the others or over the others. Lastly, I think I can check the non-destructive testing. That is the fourth testing in wood or timber. Here, used for evaluating exists structures or grading timber without damaging it. First thing we have to check is visual stress grading. We check by inspecting for knots, shakes, splits, and grain. Then we have to check the stress wave timing. Sound waves are sent through the timber. Then faster transmission indicates sound, dense wood. Then slower transmission indicates decay or internal voids. We can also check on drill resistance. That is the resist graphy. A fine needle is drilled into the wood at a constant speed. Then the resistance is recorded on a graph. Drops in resistance indicate internal rods or hollows. Lastly, I can check is the moisture mapping. Using capacities meters to map moisture levels. Okay. Okay, the next topic we are going to continue the next session, but I want to give you the assignment before I finish. You will check on your charts the assignment. Check on your charts on the assignment. Okay, any question, Faith? I have seen you have raised your hand. Any question? Anybody who has a question? Faith, I see your hand. Yes, Faith? Ruratira, any question?
Yes,
Yes, go on.
Will our next class be online or physically?
I prefer it will be physically, whereby I'll show practically how the timber are being tested in our laboratory. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
I hope you have understood the previous session we have been having.
It was a very nice session.
That's good. Yes, and Faith, I see you are still raising your hand. Any question? Yes, unmute yourself, Faith. Unmute yourself. Go on.
Okay, I'm saying,
Yes.
where do you
Sorry for that. Faith, continue. Okay, you'll get it in your charts. Check it in your charts. I'm just writing now, charts. So make sure you attempt the assignment I'm going to give you. The assignment is all about, you will go to visit the forest. Visit the forest. Visit the forest, take photos. Take photos of the tree, of the timbers, of the trees, and pin them. Pin them. Pin them in your books. In your books. It's going to be 20 marks. Then you have to indicate the parts of the timber first before we come to test. And thank you for the session. If there's any question, you can write on the chat. Okay? Have a nice time.